Good evening, everyone. It's me, Shane Lee. The reason I'm here is I wanted to show you where Randall's Gym is here in Garden City, like I told you earlier. Now, this is Randall and Dean's Precision Cuts and Styles. Randall was originally a hairdresser, and he started Randall's Gym, and this is where it's at. Now, I don't have a key to it or anything, but they probably do now, but maybe you have a key now or something. But this is how you get into the gym and stuff like that. And looks like it's closed pretty much. Maybe not. Let's see. Alright. Tells you the gym hours. Normally it's open Monday 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. or Tuesday through Friday 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and closed Sunday. And the salon is in the front door, and it's only $25 per month. And they're getting contracts. Sorry, you can't really see it all because of the lighting. It's sort of bad. Sorry about that. That's what it all says, and I can sort of show you the sign, but you can't see it clearly. Sorry about that. I didn't bring a light or anything. Well, yeah, I did. Hold on. Wait a minute. Got my phone. I can do that too. There you go. That's a little bit better, but I need my light. There you go. There you go. Now you can see it on both. Just in that one. Anyway, this is Randall's Gym. I used to work out here, and before I quit, and I worked out there for about a month or anywhere from a month, 3 months. I built up to 250 pounds. But anyway, this is Randall's Gym where I used to work out when I was living at Smith Avenue. And y'all know where that was. What I'll do is I'll show you how far away it is from Smith Avenue, and then I'll stop the recording and go on. Now, anyway, so this is where I would come to work out. Now I'll show you how far it is from my house where I used to live. Past, present, future, Peter. Is what's in this to come. Alright. Well, I gotta turn that down for copyright reasons, but yeah, turn up the air a little bit. But anyway, this is Randall's Gym. It's about less than 3 miles, I think, from my house. As well. Let's see if this thing has a truck gate or anything. I'm gonna turn on the light here for a minute. Let's see. Tire pressures looks good. Fuel ratio. Not that. Gauge mode trips. There you go. Okay, trip. Let's see. Got 106 miles to empty. The average. Trip. Okay. Well. Let's see. Press OK to reset. Okay. Alright, now what I want to do is show you how far it is from my house, old house to here. Alright. Now, there's two ways you can go. There's the back way and then there's the front way. The front way, you just go on down to the light and it'll take you on through. Or you can turn here, which is a little shortcut you can do as well. Now, see, there's a light here. This takes you down a little shortcut. And then, if you want to, you can go down further to the second light and then take a left there too. I know. But I'm going to take a little shortcut to this little part of Garden City. And again, I'll show you where I used to live too, since we're here. Why not? Why not? Now, I used to live at 44 Harley Drive and stuff like that, and then I moved to 33 Leisure, and when I got out of the Navy, and that's where I had my episode, where I went down the street naked. Right. Because of living in the trailer when it was getting spring and summer and real hot in there, and I had sort of either a heat stroke or a schizophrenic break from reality and started walking down the street naked. But then I made it up. I'll show you where I made it up to as well, since we're doing this right now. Anyway, why not? Just a little trip down memory lane. Here. Alright, now, I used to live on Leisure, so what I'll do is I'll go down and show you where Leisure is after this. But I walked all the way from Leisure to here, which used to be a treatment center anyway for the mentally ill. So I came up here, and anyway, and this here is Leisure Drive. Right. I don't know if you can see that sign or not, but it's called Leisure Drive. And Now this ain't the same trailer, but because they put in a new one. But I'll show you where 33 is. Where my old trailer used to be, but they moved that thing out a long time ago. Let's see. Yep. Used to be right here. Or, well, this one. Let me think. Yeah, this one. It used to be in this general location. Or this one. Yeah, one of these used to be it. I think that's 33 Leisure. And then I had a next door neighbor here and stuff like that. And they moved to Effingham. And again, another couple moved in. They were newlyweds. They lived in the trailer next to me. It wasn't matter, but no. This here is Harley Drive we're coming up on. Right here. Now this is sort of like a horseshoe, or a little track. And I used to run this every day. I run it. Now I can probably walk it here now, but down, or they need to pave these roads or something. Man. Town City can take care of it all. Right. Now, as we get around the corner, a friend of ours named Donna used to live here. This here a police officer lives, and he had a little 8-year-old daughter, and she would want to make out with me but cover her mouth. This is our old trailer, but now it's blue. And now it has a front porch. It didn't have all that, but this is our old trailer, and this is the one I used to jump off of, and stuff like that. And anyway, still looks the same, except it's blue now. It used to be yellow, and now it's blue. And I jumped off at the top of the roof there. This here's where Brian Sanders and Grace Sanders and Paula Sanders used to live. He sold it and moved out into Savannah and started a business. He does lawn work and stuff like that. And we went to the karaoke bar a few times. And he also signed a paper for me with the VA and stuff like that. And so did David Maddox and Myron too. I never seen David Pelham for a long time. So he tried to contact me on Facebook, but acting weird as usual. Still not looking at him. Still not looking. You ain't got that no one. You ain't got that no one. maybe on 2-on-1 or with the two brothers. I don't know. Who helped you to rape Matthew, and then you tried to do that shit on me. I don't know. Alright. Now this is a little 2-mile detour. But anyway, I would ride from there. I better go that way. Hold on a minute. I gotta turn around. I'm going the wrong way. That's where to go this way. Now, this is Chatham City Apartments here. Now, this is where I met the girl, the woman, and the girl, her daughter, and that was around 12. And anyway, she lived in one of these apartments, and I met her and her daughter, and she took me back to her house and stuff like that. Or I had a car, I forget all the details, and I drove back. But anyway, I met her at the theater on Victory Drive, and she came with me to oops, it's in the wrong gear. Sorry about that. It's in the sports mode. Anyway, I don't quite know how to do that yet, and I'm not worried about it. I like driving early. Anyway, this here is the Bank of America here in Garden City, and you know, I'd have to ride all the way from Harley Drive to down here to work, and on my bicycle every day when I was working at what was then called Revco. Now, I would get up in the morning around 8:30, something like that, and I had to be down here by 9 in the morning, which is when they open. Now, sometimes I would show up at 9:05, but anyway, I think it's about a 2-mile ride. And this is the Crystal and the different restaurants around here. Up ahead is a Dairy Queen before you can get to it. That's just memory. And there's a little Spanish store where they say sell Spanish goods, and this is a church we used to go out to. It used to be a Church of God, and other people bought it. Me, Paula, and Grace used to go out here, and Brian too. And me and Joey were watching one of the ninja movies, and the pastor came over, and he's talking about being of the world and stuff like that. Well, Jesus died for the world, so I understand what he meant. Save us all in the end, because no one's perfect. Now, this here is where the Revco used to be, where the Dollar General is now. And this here is where I used to live at 185A and stuff like that. And anyway, so I would ride my bike all the way down there from here in the morning, and sometimes I'll be like, 3 to 5 minutes late. Not real big deal unless you're just a major asshole. But like I said, anyway, that's about 1/6 of a mile, it looks like. 1 mile and 6/10 or something like that. And then I'd ride home around 4 or 5 in the evening. I work from like 9 to 5 or somewhere, something like that. And Al, I think, yeah. Al was the pharmacist, and David was the manager. And then there was another guy. He was sort of he had brown hair and brown eyes. I forget his name. But he had a Trans Am, which I thought was cool. But anyway, he sometimes would give me a ride back home. And he was taller than me, but had brown hair, brown eyes, and mustache. And he had a Trans Am, which I thought was cool. I let him give me a ride home once. And anyway, I also used to work down here at the Days Inn, and there's a Baldino's back there. I used to work at the Baldino's, and There used to be a Crispy Chick, which is a restaurant that went out of business. That's way back there where it's a lone place now. And they got a new Circle K up here. There's one down there too. I'll show you that. But this is just a little trip down memory lane and some of the old jobs I used to have. Now, Flora Daniels was downtown. And they also have one in Springfield when they were building the different plants out there. And stuff like that. And me and David Maddox used to work out there with Flora Daniels. And then I worked with, there was another family who used to also live on Leisure Drive, but I lived on Harley Drive then. And his dad and family worked at brother and himself. There was like a guy I knew, Connie's brother, I forget his name, but his dad and her brother used to work out there at Flora Daniels, and they got me a job out there. But problem is, getting up in the morning, going all the way out there, and working 10-hour days can, have a different toll on your body than working normal days. And I quit because I wanted to join the Navy. Then I worked for Crispy Chick part-time, and also Rogerwood, which I'll show you where Rogerwood is too. Since we're on a trip today. And anyway, I got my camera handy. Now this here is Dean Forest Road. The little trip down memory lane. I could do this at any time because I ain't got a damn thing. You would have to go on limb 7 to 8 years before I can even see you again. And then you can try again, I guess, but that won't hurt either. That won't hurt either. Assholes. And so your dumbasses didn't think they injure my chest because, like I told you, you won't think of everything to cover up your crime. I know you have to do in a car accident. And if you miss one detail on that, they'll know I was in a car accident when someone attacked me instead. And if they don't figure it out, I will in the future. And see, if you're driving a car, the steering wheel would collapse into your chest, and that would kill you alone. Now, if that didn't happen when the car hit the ground and windshield fell on my head too, both of them would have killed me instantly. Unless God healed me of that. I mean, seriously, that's what you're saying. Instead of going around Dead Man's Curve and wrecking there, but something happened miraculously, and the steering wheel didn't break my chest and kill me. But instead, the windshield broke out over my head somehow too, and I survived all that. This here is Days Inn. I used to work here as a porter, or driving the van. See that van there? I used to drive the van and stuff like that. And anyway, I would ride my bike down here too. And sometimes I'd be late here too. It just got far from here too. But that was before the Navy. But I used to drive a van similar to that, not that exact van, because that was like the 90s, or the 80s actually, 89 or so. Now I'm also going to show you where Rogerwood, since we're on the trip down memory lane, is. And David Maddox also worked at Rogerwood with me, but he did different things. I think we were both on the bone crew, and I was on the bone crew too. And what they do is they make sausages and different smoked meats. Anyway, for some reason, Mom unusually cut smoked pork, but that's fine. And I didn't even care. But I mean, it's more like ham, which is smoked normally. But and I thought, well, we normally eat it fried, but whatever. But it was real salty, like ham. That's fine. I don't know what she was pulling, but that was Peter Cephas Simon. try to make me more Jewish. Look, dumbass Peter, like Paul was telling you, you're Jewish. If you don't want to eat pork, fine. But they're not. They're going to eat pork. It ain't about you, asshole. It's about Jesus and grace. You just still won't get it, will you? It's not your job to separate the wheat from the tares. It's Jesus' job. And you're being a tare, not a wheat. I'm sure that's what he said. You're a hard-ass, Peter. And you think you're all perfect and hoity-toity because you keep the Jewish law. I know. But were you among them to pick the corn on the Sabbath day when the Sadducees wanted to stone you for doing that stuff? And this here is the Kerry Hilliards I used to see out here a lot. And anyway, now I've been driving about 7.2 miles. Now, it was longer to go out there to the Days Inn and stuff like that, but I'll do it every morning and try to get there on time. Sometimes Big Roddy would give me a ride in this little gray pickup truck. He had a dark gray Ford Ranger back in the 80s and 88 to 90 or so. I think he got rid of that, and then now he's got a F-150 or red and tan Ford. It's got like a extended cab. It's not a king cab, but it's an extended cab. It's got enough for you to sit in the back, but it's a little cramped in the back. You can comfortably sit a few people, but about 4 people, but you're a little cramped in the back. But anyway, that's what the Nissan I got for David was. It was a extended cab. It had a little, I thought it would be fine for his daughter too until they got older, and they could have put Megan in the car seat in the back. That's what I was thinking. But I guess he wanted the Mustang. He can get the Mustang. I don't know. But I got the Mustang and the Nissan for him in case he wanted it. But then he wanted the Tonnet from Crossgate, which I'll show you what that is. You already know where I live, so apparently so. But that's fine. I still forgive you. I told you the greatest power on earth is love and forgiveness, and it is. I mean, anyone can hate anyone. But love even your enemies, That's what Jesus wants us all to do. And Peter still ain't doing it. It's not Judas by betraying Jesus. He showed greater love for us than Peter did by not wanting to go to the cross. And see, Peter took over. Might be Peter on the shroud, I don't know. But I doubt it's Jesus. I thought it was because Peter wants him to be the betrayer of Jesus when he's the betrayer of Jesus. See, we got it backwards, because Peter is trying to be the leader of the church, when Mary was the one he appeared to first, and then she went and got them, and they were slow and hard to believe, and Jesus spent more time with Peter after he was dead, and Peter still didn't listen to Jesus. So he showed them all through the scriptures everything concerning him, and they still didn't teach it to the church. And I am now. Finally, someone gets it, But that's 2,000 years after that. But don't make me any more special because what they're not understanding, anyone can understand it. They just don't want to. They're being stubborn Jewish beings. And hate to say that about any religion. But the Jews can be very stubborn sometimes. So can the Muslims, and so can the Egyptians and the Syrians. They're all stubborn. But anyway, this is Highway 80. This here is the Kerry Hilliards on 80, and this is the pawn shop and different things like that. And we're coming up on Randall's gym again. We passed it probably. And this here is a little place you can eat, get something to eat. And anyway, now it was easier to go to Rogerwood, and sometimes Bob would give me a ride, but I also have to ride my bike here. or get a ride or something. I forget all the details. Yep, I probably rode up back here too. But anyway, up ahead is Rogerwood, and you can see the truck and the thing, and it's a sausage plant where they make hot dogs and sausages and stuff like that. And anyway, there's the truck. You can see it pretty much. And I used to work here too. Right. And now there used to be a Crystal's downtown, but I ain't gonna show you all that. But anyway, this is where I used to work. Rogerwood. And that's before I joined the Navy. So this ain't schizophrenia, this is memories, people. Memories walking alone in the moonlight. This place. My cheeks. Unless I have a little tickle in my throat or something. So anyway, this is I'll show you the second way down since we're going back. We're in the gym again, not that way. Now this here is I used to work here at the West Side Cinema. I'll show you where that is. I'm still a 47-year-old man. You don't just pop up and show up out of nowhere. I mean, people have a life, people. I don't know about you, but I have a life outside of YouTube. I do other things before I even met y'all. You're just assholes, yes, me. But anyway, this here is where my cousin Pam worked, and this here is West Side Cinema, where we used to work. There's the last movie they had was John Carter, so you know that's a long time ago, or Good Deeds with Tyler Perry. And it's available, and it's a 3-theater movie theater. George built a theater there, and there's a theater in the back and another theater. It's a little small theater. It can seat about maybe 100 people, and you pay for the seat in the theater, not and the proceeds of the theater goes to the movie company. That's why the popcorn and stuff like that is so hot in there. See, they have to pay people to work there, and the reason the popcorn and candy is so high is so that it can play their employees on no big deal. It's not about you, so they can pay people to work there. Bet you didn't know that, huh? Little trade secret. Now this here is the other way to go. And we'll clock it. I got 11.1 miles from here. See how far it is. Now I'd sometimes walk here, and the library's over there. I go to the library a lot, read a lot. Like I told you before, I read books. I don't know about your dumbass, but I read. I'm more of a scholarly ninja than, full-fledged ninja who goes about to murder and assassinate people anyway. And the way Stephen K. Hayes presented his ninjutsu through Hatsumi, Shinobi Master Hatsumi, is that his was to more enlighten you into the ways of the ninja and to show you that it was to protect people rather than go about murdering them. Stupid. Sorry about that. Somebody tried to get hit today. Like I said, I got quick reflexes now. Right. But anyway, like I told the dumbasses who attacked me that day, at Vivian's house. At least figured that much out. And it could be David Pelham, or Johnny. They sort of had a beef with me. At least Johnny did. And like I said, I don't know who else it could have been, but and I don't know the real details. But that's part of the problem when you have amnesia anyway. But if I was in a car accident, this steering wheel would have went in here. Now, if there were no broken bones on my chest, which is what they were x-raying, they're x-raying my chest, my head, my neck, and my extremities. Well, they were looking for signs of trauma, right? Right. In a car accident, you have trauma. Well, I had no real trauma, except for my head and my neck. Yeah, I was healing in the ER of the neck injury, and they heard me crying out in pain. Now, that means I was healing like in the manner of the Highlanders. And cause obviously someone hit me hard enough to knock me out, and caused amnesia, and I don't even remember turning down the road. And I'm showing you now, my neck was injured from the C1 to the C4, so that means they were trying to knock me out and paralyze me. But like with the Highlander, I was being healed in the emergency room, and by the time they were going through the regular rounds, but all they gave me was a tetanus shot and sugar water, which is very strange. Meaning they were about to operate on me, but they also seen I was improving, and I was responding to stimuli, and I was having difficulty, but I was also remembering stuff. So you didn't fuck me up as much as you thought you did. Anyone who attacks someone has to run, and like I told you then, and I might not remember for a while, but I'll put it together, motherfuckers. And you're not brave enough to attack me on your own. You're cowards. And of course, this is the way back to Fort Whitworth. I might as well show you all the way home, and then go for my last walk, and I'll show you that too. Anyway, all right. Why not? And this might be a broken video, because sometimes these cameras will stop on you, and then you have to, do two instead of one. But anyway, this is the way to Fort Wentworth, and I showed you where the accident was and how long it would take to get to the hospital and all that stuff before. But from the time I got to the hospital, I was healed. Seriously. I was being healed in the hospital, and they were performing all their tests and everything. And by the time around 10:30, I guess that's when they let my mom see me, and they took all the stuff off, and I was fine. And I woke up in the hospital, like a Highlander. Now, unless you behead a Highlander, and they behead James, so Jesus and John, the Baptist, that was because of their male mind. I think androgynously now, not male or female. See, they want you to still think male or female like Satan does, and they're dividing the church still. Paul was the only one to try and suggest for it to be one, but that quickly died out because he had a mixed message himself. He said we were one, but he also made you think there were heads, and that's where he fucked up. And if he hadn't said all that stuff, the Romans couldn't have taken over the church about 300 centuries later, and that's what they used to take it over. Paul, it was your fault too. And I know it was sarcasm. I understand what you meant, but it's sort of too late to really do anything except for the voice of one right now crying in the world of 7 billion people trying to tell the whole truth. I'm just one male alone. I don't even know if I have a wife. Either. Might just be me alone right now. Because, if you're treating me this badly, imagine if a female was to go up to them and tell them she's one of the two witnesses. That'll really piss them off. I know. So if they're doing me this badly and brought me like 18 women after I told them, started with Pastor Davis and then going out to Pastor Thomas, and then shortly after that I met the stripper, and they just started fucking me, one after the other. All the girls over 18. Then it went to the girl at the convenience store. I could have showed you that, but I'll do that later. I'm on my way back home. But I'll show you some of the things I was talking about in my blogs and stuff like that. There were places, See, that's the problem when you're attacking someone who's telling the truth. He actually remembers living this whole life. I can show you the places I used to go out to. And that doesn't make me schizophrenic. That makes you a homicidal maniac. But I forgive you. Because I know Jesus forgave those who tried to murder him. And I'm more like Jesus now than they want me to be too. But that's all it means. I'm just being like Jesus' example, the true example they showed me. But they also lied about it too, 50-50. Because they don't want to be worthy of the whole truth. But that means they're still following Satan, and they're lukewarm, and they're the liars going to hell, or the lake of fire, until they repent. Right? Mary and Magdalene and the Marys too. And there were at least 3. Mary, the mother of Jesus, and they think there was another Mary, the mother of Josie and James, but I don't know. And then Mary Magdalene, of course, and then wife of Cephas, so I don't know. Which Mary is which? Which Mary is which? Which Mary is which? Which Mary is which? I just can't tell. You can heal the sick, raise the dead, turn the sky from blue to red. But no matter what they hear or what they see, some people they never believe. That was a song they used to sing at First Christian Fellowship. You ain't forgot a damn thing, motherfuckers. Y'all can go to hell. And I know what you are now, lying sacks of shit, trying to control people and their minds like you're God when you're a devil. And you're a devil. Trying to send people to hell for the slightest infraction of the rules. I know. That's not why Jesus came, or you couldn't have picked corn in front of him. And he would have had to let you be thrown too. I know. He came to show you grace, mercy, not sacrifice, and you still want to sacrifice. Quit doing that shit. It ain't working on me, so I'm the new generation. Though you're making it where no one wants to listen to me, but that's fine. I'll still fight you alone. Stand alone! Lying assholes. And you know how I'm talking to 11, 12, 13, whatever. And we got a new Taco Bell and stuff like that. The Taco Bell. Okay, do Taco Bell. I can speak a little Spanish. Like I showed you when I was talking to the Spanish people. Other Mexicans. Yo y un amigo te me llama. Yo ando con el rey. It means walking with a king. Cada día. That means day by day. Yo ando con mi rey. I'm walking with the king. Just a little Spanish. No. Poquito Spanish. Well, that, coming up on Rice Creek again. And I'm going to go for my walk, and I'll record that too, so you can see some of the things I've been doing recently. I've been having some back pain. I've been taking a break for last month. And I'm up a little bit, but not, 308 anymore. But anyway. And when I started exercising, like I said, I haven't been exercising because of the ability and the problems with the hands and stuff like that. I know. And that's the point. I know. Now, I've been staying around 308 the whole time, too. But not getting bigger or smaller either. And like I told you, I'm still... Now, Alkaline was 350 pounds or more. And I ain't even half that. And that's just a guess. That's just a guess. But he lived to 64, and I'm only 47, so I'll still have another 13 years or more. Or what? 47 from 64. On the gotta make me stay towards the middle, but and you're just a bunch of lying middle child, dude. Just lying middle children. And you're like, you're God Satan. You're like, you're God Satan, Peter. Right. But I don't want to worship the androgynous Jesus. You don't want to worship the androgynous Jesus, Peter. Oh no. Or even thinking of him as androgynous. You're the deception. You're the deception. You barely got out what you said in Acts chapter 10. Really? You didn't want to say that either. You didn't want to say that either. And you still said Lord, not Lord and Lady. So I see your lie. I see your lie. And I don't know how you're whipping them into shape to even follow you, but clearly you are. Alright. Now this is my little neighborhood. And I'm going to go on my walk. Now that I'm back. Now, this here is Rice Creek, 40 Noble Jones Court. Now, like I told you, I'm not looking for anyone but the one. Only the one. But you can tell me anything you want to tell me, but don't Black Widow me, please. Try and fuck me and then kill me. That's not nice. Now, I mean, I'm sure you might be keeping babies, but, like in the movie Stroll, the woman was punished for killing the baby, but you're not supposed to kill the father of the child either. If you don't want the baby, don't fuck the father. Right, Maribel? Right. You know what I mean there, too. If you didn't want to possibly get pregnant, don't treat me so badly where I'll cheat on you with Michelle and then fuck you after I'm with Michelle, too. And you're on birth control pills and taking it for granted that they can always protect you. If I cheat on you and I fuck you after I cheat on you and I don't tell you I cheated on you and I lie to you, I thought maybe we feel like you were lying to me about Stephen Mark and Nick Carey. So I fucked Michelle and fucked you after Michelle. And I think that's how the guy who was fucking his wife got her pregnant too. Even though she was on birth control too. Now she said they were having a lot of sex And she didn't find out until the 4th month she was pregnant either. But he might also could have been having sex with someone else. So I'm thinking too. There's some men are just more promiscuous than others, and I'm not in general, but Maribel was just treating me like shit in that department and was stuck up Steve and Bart's and ass all the time and wasn't committed to me. And it's like I'm telling her, you're giving me what Bart wants and Bart what I want. And that's why the relationship didn't work out. But then when you called me 3 years later telling me about Patrick, you hit me again. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. Hey. You alright? Now, usually I walk all the way down and stuff like that, but I only have to walk. I already done that today. Twice, really. I'll do it once in the morning, once at night. Now, and he told you, Peter, greater works will I do than these. You're still not getting it, are you, stubborn bastard? You can't kill me. That's all. I'm like the fucking Wolverine here. Keep trying. Keep trying. Asshole. Beating the servants now. He was talking to you, Peter. Not Paul. Peter. Paul wasn't even in the scene then. He's talking to you. He's talking to you. You are the one who wants to beat the servants for Satan. And make hell a worse place than this. For us all. Including yourself when you go there too. If you don't repent. If you don't. Repent, Peter, for Shane Everly is telling you the truth you didn't want to hear from Jesus 2,000 years ago. You know it. You might have tried to forget it, but it's still in the back of your mind somewhere. I'm showing you everything through the scriptures Jesus could have showed you anyway. Just by studying. And knowing the truth. Thanks to John's little masterpiece. That's your only saving grace there, John. Appreciate that little hint. That's still just a little hint. And everyone else around here is freaking out over it. But me. That's because I'm supposed to understand it. In a way too. Alright, well, I don't need to go this way. I went this way earlier. Sorry, I'm not thinking. But anyway, I go down that way and go around the little circle and then come back down this way. And I go down that way and go around the circle there, and then go down that way and go around down to the circle there, and then come back and go back home. And then I go down this way. Looks like there's some water spraying up here. No, it's not. No, it's not. When two miners under the age of 18 interact, it's not pedophilia, no. But when someone 16 year old or older consents, that's different, no. Too. Though I don't date 16 year olds. I don't even hang out with them, no. Motherfuckers. That's consent in Georgia. And that consent means you're going to say what? No. Yes. Even later on. or maybe. Well, you're the ones who's still maybe in it, Peter and John. Not like you're not worthy. After 2,000 years of unworthiness and still being in this shit. Hole. Which you're creating your own image. The image of the male. When Jesus is androgynous, male and female, and can morph from 1 to 2 or 2 to 1. Why do you think he appeared to them from one form to the androgynous form as well after the cross? And to you, which you thought was Moses and Elijah, like you ever saw them the fuck before, asshole. But it went from androgynous to male and female and back to male and female. Androgynous. Liar. You just can't handle the truth, can you, Peter? You're still following Satan into hell. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And you made Judas feel so bad about what he did that he hung himself. But I appreciate what Jesus did for you, I know. Or you wouldn't have a religion today. Though you're making it a religion, not the truth. That's a problem too, Peter, you stubborn bastard. No, he wasn't a good man. He was a fucked up man. You're just as fucked up as your dad is. Most people are, I know. You're still following the laws of your father, which Paul tried to break from, but was half in it, half out of it, I know. Dude, too. He was trying to show you the difference between the mindsets within his writings of Jesus versus the Old Testament, and trying to bring you out of it too. But again, it was confusing to you, wasn't it, Peter? Many confusing things, which those who are unlettered and unstable wrestle against to their own destruction. Well, you're destroying them too by lying about what Jesus told you after the cross. But see, that's why he had to do it in all 3 forms, and then 2 different forms, and then you're the one at a time. Back to the original form. He can metamorph Peter and morph, which means he can change either way. From 1 to 2, or 1 individually. Male, female, and hermaphrodite. But I'm not him, you know it. I'm not confused about that shit. You are. And I'm not trying to make myself any more than Jesus told me I was at the time. But now I understand why. In the King James Version of the Hebrew Scriptures, I'm encoded. And I was reading the King James Version of the Bible in English. But only Jesus would know that. Once interpreted into the Hebrew, my name would be encoded. I didn't even know that shit. Nor did you. The Bible code didn't come out until 91, people. They were looking into it, but couldn't find any way to solve it until the computers were invented. That's how I know you've been lying for 2,000 years. Ever since your fake death on the upside down cross. Not saying you didn't die, but not saying you weren't resurrected like Jesus was either. You lying sacks of shit. Might be better for you to have been done upside down, because the fluids would be different then. They die from suffocation anyway, dumbass. How could you suffocate on an upside down cross? You couldn't. Something different would have to happen. So that's how I don't believe you. That's why I don't believe you. See, we know now through forensic science that you're a fucking liar. And you're the biggest liar of them all. Worse than Judas, worse than John. You're the leader who lied to us about everything and wanted us to fear God like the Old Testament, cursing poor Ananias and Sapphira for not giving you any money when it was their money, like you said, but wanting them to die for that shit. Die! That's not Jesus, that's Satan, and a lie, and a lie. And I bet you had 3,000 followers. More like 300 maybe, but not 3,000. Lying sack of shit. Like I said, unless they came in from the countryside to Jerusalem on Pentecost, and it was the same 5,000 he fed the dozen fish to. Sounds fishy, it sounds fishy. And see, I see your lies from your hypocrisy. You're trying to make the Old Testament God of vengeance. Now that Jesus is back in heaven and died for your sins, and you have to get on the right path again. I see your lie. I see your lie. I see what you're doing. Trying to put the fear of God back in them. Because only the fear of God in your mind, meaning reverence or just fucking afraid of Him. Because He'll strike you down at any moment. That's what you're doing. You, John, you, John. That's why James was beheaded if he really was beheaded. Because like John the Baptist, he was acting like John. So are you. So are you. Jesus is greater than John. Even John wasn't worthy of Jesus. Because John saw his paps when he baptized him, retards. I know that too. I know that too. That's a little hint from John there too in chapter 3. But most people don't get past for God so loved the world. You want to focus on that one, but not read the whole chapter, you know. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. But then in the other passage in 1 John, you said, be not of the world, so you're a fucking hypocrite, John. That's why people see you that way. First you're saying God loved the world, then you said, be not of the world, though, too. That's confusing. That's confusing. Either God died for the world or He didn't. That's just a bunch of retarded morons. And I'm saying this by grace, too, to educate you, because you don't want to be educated. You want to be dumb fisherman hacks. Hicks from the south of Jerusalem, or north of Jerusalem. Or around the same area as Jesus Himself. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I see the end from the beginning, like Jesus is showing me. Through the scriptures you left behind, ignorantly of your own stupidity, showing your own lies and hypocrisy throughout trying to make God still the God of the Old Testament, not the God of the New, who said, love your enemies. Or Matthew, the tax collector, who found more grace with Christ than you did, being the judgmental spot you are. Excuse my French, but Simon, Cephas, whatever you want to call yourself now. Are you the new pope or the old pope? I don't want to rule your side up feeling, Peter. I don't want nothing to do with it. If you bring me the right female, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. With her. I just don't know who she is. I'm hoping she's still a virgin, but I don't know that either. But yeah, some things might be irrelevant, some things might. David had 10 virgins, so whatever. Maybe I'll get 10 virgins. Maribel wants to join, maybe she can too, and I'll have 11. I thought to her too, but I don't care. Never did. She was fucking me for revenge on Bart anyway, and I was just going along for the ride until she was done, or I got tired of it myself. But that's what it felt like had to happen. So I couldn't keep going back and forth between Georgia and Virginia. And I was telling her that shit. And then finally I broke up with her. And she don't know it was Michelle, and I had breakup sex with her after Michelle. So I fucked Michelle the following evening and married about the following evening after that. Within 24 hours. So they wouldn't leave me alone. And well, Roddy shut me up with Michelle, I told his girlfriend Donna, who probably wanted me too. And probably the same problem he had with Sharon, Ricky's and Barbara's daughter. See, the girls might want me, but the boys don't want them to want me. And again, the girls are making me maybe a little promiscuous, but either the boys are killing me or the girls are. Don't know quite there. But if the girls are having my babies, it don't matter either. But again, I'm not the one who has a problem with any of this. The boys are, or the girls are. But again, you're being like old Solomon, who had 1,000 wives, not wanting any man to touch his wives but him. I know. See, I'll let you be with the women and get my sloppy seconds. But I'm not trying to fuck your woman, I'm trying to find the one for me. But in doing so, I'm a better man than you. That's why they're interested in me if they are at all. Which I don't see them in the day. Only ones I've been with are the ones I remember. But if I don't remember, they're glad to see me the next day because that means someone killed me, either you or them, the boyfriend or the girlfriend. That's why I'm trying to protect myself from both of you, because you know your boyfriends are crazy enough to kill me, but you're still doing it anyway. That's not nice for you or your boyfriends to do. Now, if you can't be with me, don't be with me. Because you're fucking up my life a little bit too. And I'm tired of dying for you, though I didn't mine up till now, but this is getting old. Whatever the hell's going on here. And I'm healing, but I'm also hurting. Right now, I'm hurting in my back right there. And I shouldn't be. This is just not even a walk for me, because I used to run that whole fucking trailer park. I used to run the mile and a half in under 6 minutes one time. That means 4 minutes a mile. A 4 mile minute. Only Elijah did that at the Bible. Only Elijah did that at the Bible. He outran the chariot one time. The horse charm chariot. But I guess that was my day that day. I'm not, trying to enter the Olympics or anything either, but I'm not trying to beat every person in every event either. I'm just trying to do things rationally. See, I don't know why y'all still won't allow me that anything can happen between me and a 4-year-old either. I can control a 4-year-old who knows she's in there with me. Say, ask her who sure did that and tell her mom. Immediately you need to see. Within however long it took her to wake me up. However she woke me up, I know. And I'm not sure of that either, because it would have been less than a minute either way. In either story. But that's not a memory, that's again a blackout period. Well, Daphne don't remember it either. Now you gotta get Daphne to remember what I told her that night, so happened that night, not me. And she can't lie under oath either, or she don't remember either. I don't know. See, that's why I wouldn't talk to her about it. But you start attacking me, and then you bring it to the police, and then the police contact her, then she say it didn't happen. Told you that would happen. Told you that. Why don't you understand that? Why don't you understand that? You don't know how to keep business private or public. And what you're supposed to tell publicly and what you're supposed to tell privately anyway. If someone starts accusing you of sleeping with your stepdaughter, you're supposed to keep that private anyway. Until they fuck up and go to the police like it really happened. If they do, they're the inquisitors and the Salem witch trial starters in the first place. They're trying to get you on a technicality when you wouldn't even be prepared for that either way. Either one of the stories shouldn't have happened in reality. If it did, that's fucked up. One is worse than the other two. One, you can understand her having to wake me up. The other one seems like I somehow sensed her in there and went over to her anyway. Now, when Ben or Mark woke me up, or was doing their little seeing if I was asleep or whatever, when they did what they did, they were about to touch me and they were right in my face. You understand what I mean there, Daphne? But when Amanda came in there, I would either had to wake up as soon as she came in there, or she would have to wake me up as I was sleeping on the couch. And I would still have to ask her who should have that, though, either way. Now, it'd be worse for your family, like I said, if she did let me undress her and lick her vagina one time or show her my penis. But you know, anyone can make that shit up. Like I said before. You know, I performed oral sex on you, so I know about oral sex on anyone, right? Right. Well, that's why I did that. In case they were to accuse me of doing something with Amanda, too. Not you, them. Meaning Christian Fellowship Church. They're the ones who want us with the wrong people. They're the ones who would jack you off and touch your ass. And that's not a sin, but God forbid you have anal sex and be faithful to one man. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? But you could do it with all your congregation like Pastor Davis did until he got caught by 2020. And that's fine by him. Pastor Thomas too. Because Dan hit on me and said that the guy tried to take a shower with me. So I know you're lying. I know you're lying. I done caught you like I caught Chris trying to make more about a wet dream versus a real sexual activity. I was asleep, dumbass, having a wet dream, which my friend Myron and David witnessed me humping the bed. No one was in the bed either. That's all it was, asshole. It's called a wet dream if you went to biology or sex ed, like I did, which maybe you didn't pay attention in school, Chris Stumkowski. But I'm exposing your ass like you tried to expose me for being gay. I think you're the real gay fuck, because you married an old woman, didn't you? Even though you had children with her. Asshole. Don't try to rat me out or I'll rat you out worse. Asshole. Not knowing the difference between a wet dream and real sex. Dumbass. That's the problem with you people. You think you know every goddamn thing and you don't even know the half of it. And they're lying to you. They're only showing you what they think you can handle too. That's why I went off and read it on my own like Paul did. But he still lied for them rather than tell the truth. I guess he too was more afraid of Peter. Though he tried to confront him, Peter still won out in the end. And Paul too was beheaded for that. 3 people were beheaded. John the Baptist, James, and Paul. But that means Jesus can, if they're still here, raise the dead from that. That's why I'm greater than a Highlander too. So are they, but they're lying. But theirs takes 3 days, whereas I could be resurrected within seconds to a minute, or less. Now. And I keep telling them that shit. I can heal like the Wolverine or quicker. So quit trying to murder me, Peter. I still don't want your daughter. I want the one I'm supposed to marry. If she's not the one, you know, and I would accept that. But y'all gotta quit having sex with your daughters too, like Lot. But you remember the story, Lot's daughters got him drunk. I don't know if Cain got Noah drunk, but we know what happened there too. Alright, this is why the motherfuckers, unless they have a key, can't get in my house anymore. This little lock of mine. Now, they both should be locked, because I locked it before I left. If one of them is unlocked, that means they were here. If not, I'm fine. Fuck, you're fine. And of course, you can tell this one's locked. But if they got in before, that means they had 1, 2,